And all my buddies were like, when are we going to go up to 865 and play golf? I was like, do whenever you want.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you a key. Just come.
Oh, that's nice of you. I don't know if I'd do that with
Well,
I got some asshole friends though.
Some friends, yeah.
Yeah, it depends who they are. Hey, Danny here with PT Biz, and we're in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're at 865 PT visiting Paul Michael Peeler. This is his spot here. Golf niche specific clinic with a simulator, got a few great treatment rooms, even a waiting area where his dad has some honey you can buy. Let's go inside, check out his space, and show you what he's gonna be doing over the next few years as he grows his practice. Paul Michael Peeler. We're here finally.
Made it.
It's been a long time in the making. Remember, you asked me one time, like originally when we first met, you said, hey man, you gotta come up to Knoxville, gotta check out the practice. I honestly never thought it would happen. But yeah, here we are doing clinic tours.
Well, we didn't have a spot. I was out of my garage. Now we got a spot.
And I know for you, you haven't been here too long, right? Like how long have you been in the space?
January.
January.
So we're 2 years in our business starting in March, but we've been here since January.
What's interesting here is like you guys have a cool little retail section. You know, that's not something that we see some people they'll do that they're selling a lot of like shirts or whatever, but you guys have like, you know, Anchor devices. You've got some honey your dad makes.
Yeah, my sister made the mugs.
Your sister made the mugs. Like, this is awesome.
People don't really wait, right?
Yeah.
But if they were going to come in and sit, we want to make it cozy. We want to make it look nice.
Yeah.
We got the free drinks. You got Spindrift and sparkling water and Gatorade and snacks, and we just want to make it kind of homey.
Yeah. You moved in January. It's what, 4 or 5 months roughly at this point. Would you say, was it a good idea or a terrible idea?
It was a good idea.
It's a good idea. Okay.
In the 5 months, we've totaled our gross revenue from our first year of it.
That jump to standalone space is so scary.
Yeah.
You know, and I know for you, I mean, how long did it take you to make a decision to be like, okay, we got to do this?
I want to say we signed the lease last October, but we were thinking about it starting in June. I kind of got to the spot where I was stuck. I was pretty full.
Yeah.
I was going to people's houses. And I had to cut that out.
Yeah.
Just in the gym. No longer my garage. Is like, I don't have time to do this. We have to have a place where everyone can come see us. I don't want to travel. We want to hire. So kind of had to do it. My little room in the gym, there was no place to hire. So I had to start thinking about it.
Yeah. So 2 treatment rooms,
Yep.
an office. What's max capacity for this clinic, do you think, in terms of number of providers you can have?
I think we could have, 4 would be a stretch.
Yeah.
I think 3, we could put I want to get a Concept 2 row or 2
Yeah.
or an Air 9. I don't really know how I'd make the space work, but we could throw a treatment table out here or just ditch our office, make that a treatment room, and then everyone just kind of have an open office area. I don't know.
But what was the hardest part for you kind of getting started with building that base up?
I was having panic attacks.
Really?
Full blown work stress. It was bad. I was like, I got to do something different. That's when I talked to Clay Jones.
Yeah.
And who got me on,
What was stressing you out? Just the volume, or what was it that you just couldn't stand anymore?
It was volume. It was time. I had 2 little kids.
Yeah.
Couldn't see them. It was like 8 to 6, 8 to 6:30, Monday through Friday.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was like 16, 18 people a day, all main. It was like a lot of main. It was great. I mean, I learned a lot. But time-wise, it was like I didn't have time.
With golf, and you have a lot of like strength equipment here.
Weights, yeah.
Yeah, so like talk to me a little bit about golf and, what, I get it, you want to be strong for everything, but how much are you doing, kettlebell, barbell kind of work with a golf niche versus more of your general population, runners or something like that?
Yeah, so we do a lot of kettlebell stuff, especially for the golfers with power.
Yeah.
We need, but it's not just like your general it's not a lot of like straight. We do a lot of rotational kettlebells, single leg kettlebells.
Oh, okay.
Learning how to weight shift, use the ground appropriately. Big things that we see is, that's what we talked about when you were swinging earlier.
Yeah.
Generating power, you've got to have vertical force.
Right.
Kettlebell is a great way to laterally load and add some rotation.
Yeah.
To it. So,
or even like a swing, right?
Yeah.
So single arm swing or a double arm swing. I mean, that makes total sense. Speaking of golf, you guys have one really cool piece of equipment that you don't see in a lot of practices. So tell us a little bit about the simulator you got. Like, what is this thing, and how you use it? We can kind of get into details on a little bit of that. This is the one.
This is the one. Yeah.
What's so good about this one? So if somebody's watching this and they're like, "This is what, $50,000 simulator?" Okay, you want $50,000 simulator. Why is this so important?
It's because the numbers are as accurate as they come.
Yeah.
Basically. And I look at, as a PT, the club head speed.
Yeah, explain that a little bit, because we were talking about this and you're like, okay, if you're looking at a lifter, you're looking at weight output. If you're a runner, you're looking at, your times running a 5K or whatever, intervals. So you're looking at club head speed as a measure of something you can improve with somebody.
Yeah. So you got club head speed and you got ball speed. The golf pros, and the better number to have as a golfer is a higher ball speed.
Yeah.
But that involves club head speed plus hitting the center of
contact. Yeah.
So the golf pros, so like my wife or David Holmes or other buddy Trey Mullins who comes in here and teaches, they are working on mechanics. I understand mechanics, but I'm not teaching you how to square the club face up.
Right.
We're figuring out how do you generate speed and then how do you do that safely and not hurt your back.
This is just one of those things from a brand standpoint that just separates you from other people. How did you, how did it look with new patient volume as you went from a sublease space to a standalone space? Did you notice a difference in referrals and total volume, or was it pretty much the same whenever you made the move?
We've definitely seen an increase in new patients. And I think it's what you said before too, is that the business becomes basically legitimate.
Well, it's more mature.
Yeah.
What would you say the biggest challenge was to get to a point where you're able to feel comfortable moving to a space like this? Because there is inherent risk associated with taking a chance on yourself.
Yeah.
You got to be okay with that. But what were the hardest parts for you to get there?
The hardest part, the initial one was starting. I mean, I think just the mindset of getting started. But that's where really I felt pretty good about it. I felt pretty confident.
Yeah.
I had talked to Clay Jones, who then put me in contact with y'all.
Yeah.
And Clinical Rainmaker. So I was in my last job when my boss was like, no, there's no part-time. I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So I was like, Clay, I need to get on this thing. I talked to Roger actually. And got on the Clinical Rainmaker. So I had kind of I gave him 3 months notice of my leaving. So I had the 3 months of the Clinical Rainmaker to kind of prep for it. And so I had a pretty good base. I mean, it's still terrifying.
Oh,
but I look back and I was in my garage.
Yeah.
I mean, people are coming to my house and I have like this crappy table to say, I mean, it's just like, it's awful. Like just I bought the cheapest thing off Amazon that I could find. It's like, that's not good. And I had one patient. And that's terrifying. This was the second. I mean, I think this was scarier than actually starting.
Really?
Yeah. Like moving to this space. Cause now I have my name's on the lease.
Yeah.
We are guaranteeing it.
Yeah.
Like if things went down prior to this, I was like, okay, I can go find a job anywhere.
Sure.
But now it's like, now we got, $150,000 of loan, of lease agreement to pay if this didn't work out. And that was the scariest thing. But now it's like, I feel pretty confident. We've generated, like I said, more revenue this year than we have in our first year of business.
That's crazy. That's great.
In 4 months,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it's a cool space, man. It's really cool.
Awesome. I mean, we come up here on the weekends and my son, my 4-year-old son, who's a beast of golf, by the way, has a...
I bet. I can imagine.
It's like, that's freaking awesome. I can take my son and just let him play.
Yeah.
And we come up here and hang out and we can have friends here. And it's like, it's taken me a while to get to this point because now we can look back and say, I mean, I'd never envisioned this.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
You've created like your own clubhouse.
All my buddies are like, when are we going to go up to 865 and play golf? I was like, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you a key. Just come.
Oh, that's nice of you. I don't know if I'll do that with I got some asshole friends though.
Some friends,
yeah. It depends who they are.
If someone watches this, they've been like, I've been asking for a key for a long time.
Yeah. They're not talking. He's not talking about me.
That's right.
No, I think that's awesome, man. The space, like your family sees it. It feels like so much more tangible. I think that's the thing that people, when you have these little offices, it just doesn't. I mean, it's almost like they think it's a hobby, like in a not in a cool way. Like it's demeaning in some ways. Yeah.
They're kind of like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What is this thing? I just kind of did it.
We'll end it on this. Like, so 3 to 5 years from now, you're looking at, 865 PT, home run. What does it look like for you?
Yeah. So our lease here is 5-year lease. My goal is I really want to have like a, 3,500, 4,000 square foot facility.
How big is this one, by the way?
It's about 2,000 square feet.
Yeah.
It's kind of tricky. We did the best with what we could do. As far
it's a good size.
It could have been different, but we just couldn't, with the TI money and all that stuff.
Right.
We kind of made what we had to do. I want to have like 2 or 3 of these. I want to have golf pros that are really working for us. And then I want to create, I love rotational athletes. So I want to get a lot of baseball in there.
Yeah.
Tennis, golf, in a real kind of sports performance gym.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the goal. I mean, that's 5 years. I don't know, but I'm pretty content with where we are right now. But that's ultimately, hopefully, growing to have 4 or 5 other providers. And
dude, 5 years from now, you're gonna be busting the seams, man. You're gonna bust the seams. I bet you, in 1 to 2 years, you're gonna be like, this place is tiny. Feels so small. I mean, within 12 months, you'll probably, you'll have it fully staffed, which is cool to see. And, I mean, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well now what? Like where can we get creative? What options do we have? And that's a great problem to have. So, hey, dude, overall, this is super impressive, super proud of you, knowing where you started and checking this place out. This has been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun hitting on the simulator, it's just a cool place. And I'm glad we could come check it out. So guys, I hope you like this one as much as we do. If you're in the golf niche, man, get yourself a track, man. Get some people in there hitting on the simulator. It's good for your business. It's good for you and your family. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.